All right, guys, I did my part. I sat here, I communicated and addressed every single accusation that was false. And this should have happened years ago, but it couldn't have happened because we were busy with our kids. We had three little ones. I was homeschooling. I just did not have the time to really put forth with a ton of time in my family because I had so much going on to get down for the benefit of my family. Not only did I have a very low income to live on, where I had to, make sure everything was in order, food on the table at a certain time, making sure there's no waste, making sure the home is picked up, making sure things are done a certain way with my hands so that we could literally survive. My husband had no money. And so I just didn't have a lot of time, with the homeschooling too. I had to get a lot down myself. Stuff that I missed in class, stuff that I missed even though I graduated early. I became a new Christian, so I had a lot of doctrine to get down that I was not raised with, that I had to get down to change my life. Plus, I had church responsibilities, etc. So, I think that's the real problem with Ben's parents. They felt like they weren't getting enough time and attention. And of course, I went over every weekend, but that still wasn't enough for them. So there was only so much I could literally do. So I have sat down now. I talked about the accusations. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I have a great reputation pretty much with everybody. There's nothing there. There's no gold digging. There's nothing. If I was a gold digger, I went to the wrong home to dig gold in. And that's pretty hurtful, you know? Ben's parents knew me since I was growing up. They knew me, okay? I mean, why would I be dating Ben for their money? Why would I be doing that? That is pretty rude. In fact, I didn't even really get anything from them. What I did give them, though, is I gave them 5 beautiful grandsons, and I gave their son a lot of happiness. So to twist it and to think it's all a negative, instead of being thankful for how I brought joy to their son's life, and I raised 5 sons who brought them joy. As a matter of fact, when I wasn't going over much, Donna was harassing one of my sons. She kept saying, "Oh, we want to see you and your mother won't let us." And I was like, "You're the one who's not being nice to me." So she would email him, and then she got, I think it's Sheila Ordway over at Care Pharmacy, to send my son emails. And we're like, we're busy. We're not playing this game. We're busy. So, so it's on them. It's on them. That's all I gotta say. And I did sit down and I addressed all the accusations here. So I am not going to continue being on here all day. I have other things I want to do. I want to go for a swim, and then I have to work tonight. So, yeah, so I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, I have talked about everything. Communication is number one in any relationship. I have talked to Ben before when he was in his truck. I said it's just going to take a little longer for me to find something. And Cap, New Hampshire couldn't even find housing. So get that through your head, Ben. Cap, New Hampshire couldn't. So stop thinking the worst of your wife, thinking that your wife was leaving you in your truck when it wasn't true. So all this stuff, Ben, that you did with the divorce was all based on your wrong information. And I used to say to you, Ben, a million times, Ben, you need to communicate. You need to communicate. You need to communicate, Ben. And that is what has happened here. So instead of communicating and having a conversation with his wife of 33 years and saying, "Melissa, I am tired of being in this truck. We need to come up with different solutions. I feel like because you can't find anything, then maybe we should do this, or maybe we should do that, or maybe this, or maybe a million other things." But instead you chose to divorce me. So Ben, if you don't want to work things out with me, I wish you the best in life. I hope you find that person that will make you happy. I mean, you said you weren't happy. And then, usually it doesn't happen because there's no one else like me. I mean, I hate to say this, but usually when men remarry, they will try to find a reciprocal of the wife that they married the first time. They usually can't find it because it's like Jordan Peterson says, it's her laugh, it's her fun, it's her openness that you're going after, and you're never going to find anyone like that. So, Ben, I hope the best for you, and this is pretty much all I got to say. We've got 5 sons. They need attention too, on top of me working and busting my butt over here. They need attention. So, I'm there also for my sons. And if you want to work things out, let me know. And if you don't, I hope the best for you and your family.